vote the way Kericho did. And they're all seated inside the chamber here.
So
they will still have different IP addresses. If
you
are all seated here, voting the Kericho way, will they still have, they will have different IP addresses?
So depending on if your system that you are using is a web-based system that has to be accessed online, and the way the network has been, there is a principle called network address translation. You assign a system an internal IP. Then you assign your gateway. The gateway, for example, is this door. You configure the system such that you say any requests that are coming outside have to pass through this door and go to port so and so. So that basically means when you are coming in, you will have this door as the log. It indicates that you've actually accessed this system. Then you'll go and sit at a certain place. So that is basically assigning an IP and a service to a system. So we will all have the same IP if it is an external facing application that has to resolve using an external facing IP address, Your Honor.
Have a seat, Mr. Witness.
Oh.
Now, honorable senators, having heard the expert, we will now proceed to the closing statements. We will start with the county assembly. You have 60 minutes to do so. You may utilize all of it, or you may utilize part of it, but the maximum is 60 minutes. Likewise, the Council for Governor, you have 60 minutes to also make your closing statement. You may proceed. Your time starts running from now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. For record purposes, my name is Kipkorir Elvis. I will make the closing submissions on behalf of the County Assembly, and I will take the first 25 minutes, after which Learned Counsel Mr. Ongoya will take the remainder of the time. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, exactly 15 years ago, Kenya embarked on a transformative journey in its adoption of a devolved system of governance. This was an answer to an enduring desire by many a Kenyan who earnestly yearned for public services closer to them. Indeed, honorable senators, devolution has been mooted as the genius of the 2010 Constitution, as it marked a complete departure from the previous system that had been characterized by marginalization, mismanagement of resources, runaway corruption, amongst other challenges. The term of the present governor, the governor that is on trial today, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, has marked a silent retreat to that dark past. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, county governments hold the key to effective service delivery. The expectation of the people is that county governance would enhance efficiency to their benefit and not for the self-aggrandizement of the governor. As the County Assembly has demonstrated, the governor's debut in office was marked by the invasion of a private citizen's property, the tearing down of a fence, and its designation as a dump site illegally, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable senators. You will recall that when video number KCAV11 was played, the video was taken barely 2 days after the governor was sworn into office, and that is the first thing that he did in announcing that there was a new sheriff in town. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the facts of the matter before you and the evidence that the County Assembly has led disclose a sorry tale of maladministration and a failure of moral courage. To paraphrase William Shakespeare, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, something is wrong in Kericho. It is our submission that the County Assembly of Kericho has made an overwhelming case of bad behavior on the part of the governor. A classic betrayal of the trust bestowed on the governor by the residents of Kericho County. And Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the question we pose is whether bad behavior should attract any consequences. And the answer to that is in the affirmative. Those who are sent to public office, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, and elect to betray the trust that the people have placed in them, like the governor on trial today, ought to be impeached. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, impeachment is a constitutional instrument rooted in the Constitution of Kenya, Article 181, and is designed to protect the sanctity of public office and the interest of the people. The process before you today is therefore an affirmation of the supremacy of the rule of law and accountability of elected leaders. Briefly, Article 181(4) sets out the grounds upon which a county governor may be impeached or removed from office. The first one is gross violation of the Constitution or any other law. Secondly, there being serious reasons to believe that the governor has committed a crime under national or international law, abuse of office, physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of the office. These requirements are mirrored under Section 33 of the County Governments Act, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable senators. And there is jurisprudence that confirms that the impeachments must be based on evidence presented and not on minor procedural errors or political differences in the county governments. This is a sui juris process, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, and it is not about the criminality or culpability, but the accountability, political governance, as well as political responsibility of the county governor. The standard of proof in our humble submission is that it is neither beyond reasonable doubt nor on a balance of probability. It is slightly above a balance of probability, but below that of reasonable doubt. At the core of the charges the governor on trial is facing is the theft of public funds, resources entrusted to the governor for the benefit and development of Kericho County. And the evidence presented before this House, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, paints a damning picture of misappropriation of public funds which have been placed in the hands of the governor to manage and oversee on behalf of the residents of Kericho County. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, you will recall that on 30th June 2023, a grisly road accident occurred at Londiani Junction involving a truck that lost control and rammed into small-scale traders and other road users, claiming the lives of at least 52 citizens. You may also recall that in response, the national government and the other emergency response teams mobilized resources to help the families of people who had lost their lives and those who had been injured. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the County Assembly of Kericho has led evidence of how the funds meant for the victims of the grisly road accident were misappropriated with the blessings of the governor who is on trial today. The County Assembly's witness, Mr. Kiprotich Rogony, and the mover of the motion at the County Assembly confirmed this on the witness stand and also by the affidavit evidence that is contained in the County Assembly's bundle of documents. The evidence, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, demonstrates that on the 15th of August 2023, the governor of Kericho compensated the victims of the Londiani accident from the county emergency fund to cover up for the funds raised by the public and which had been misappropriated by a committee he had formed to steer the funds drive, and without a cogent explanation of how the funds publicly raised for the victims had been expended. Similarly, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the evidence led by the County Assembly is that on the various dates between the 4th of July 2023 and 9th of July 2023, the governor engaged in acts which grossly violated the provisions of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution, and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by overseeing the misappropriation of funds raised for the victims of the accident at Londiani, in which over 9 million shillings of publicly raised funds were lost. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, I invite all of us present in this chamber this evening to pause in harsh memory of those who lost their lives in Londiani, but whose dignity endures beyond their graves. For what injustice, for what deeper wound would be inflicted on the families of the victims, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, than to rob them of the meager allocations from the funds that were raised by members of the public, including some of us present here today, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators. The dead do not protest, but how insensitive, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, would one have to be to trespass where sorrow has already claimed its toll? Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the governor has reneged on his undertaking to implement the report of the County Assembly ad hoc committee on the Londiani accident and the misappropriation of funds that followed the accident. There is evidence that the governor expressly supported a petition by those implicated in the County Assembly's ad hoc committee, and the cases that the County Assembly cited were Kericho ELRC petition number E006 of 2023, Dr. Wesley Bor and 5 others versus the governor, Kericho County Government and 5 others, and Kericho ELRC E014 of 2023, Victor Tum and others versus the governor, Kericho County Government and others. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the governor has allowed himself, and the County Assembly has led evidence to this effect. The governor has allowed himself to be a master of doublespeak in grave matters, and this has been in violation of Article 73 of the Constitution, which demands that at all times he demonstrates respect to the people and conducts himself in a manner that brings dignity and honor to the office that he holds. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the governor's response to this allegation is that the loss of the funds were occasioned by the people other than him. He then tells you that he has no power to take disciplinary action recommended by the County Assembly's ad hoc committee on the misappropriation of the funds meant for the victims of the Londiani accident. Surely, the governor cannot have the grapes and the wine. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the County Assembly has led evidence of how on 14th of February 2023, the governor launched an initiative in Kericho called the Kazi Mtaani Initiative. In so doing, he drew public funds without a proper legislative anchor, public participation, prior approval by the County Assembly or the Controller of Budget, or the Budgets and Appropriations Committee. And Mr. Speaker, sir, the Honorable Kiprotich Rogony, who testified on behalf of the County Assembly, confirmed in his testimony that some contractors engaged by municipalities were not in the list of pre-qualified suppliers, and that the companies that were paid, yet they were not in the list of pre-qualified suppliers, included Citron General Works, Iglaris Company Limited, Edkiche Investments Limited, amongst others. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, evidence has been led to demonstrate that between January 2025 and July 2025, the governor aided, abated, or condoned the fictitious payments for goods or services which were neither delivered nor done. Resultantly, the county government of Kericho lost approximately Kenya shillings 85,704,522.90 from the payments allegedly made for 1, proposed repairs, redecoration and re-roofing works done to council houses at Kipkelion West Sub-County, next to the Sub-County Administrator's Office. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, you were shown photos of houses at Kipkelion contained at volume 6A of the County Assembly's bundle of documents, for whose repairs, redecoration and re-roofing a sum of Kenya shillings 2,999,000 was paid to Dibral Ventures Limited. The report of the County Assembly Ad Hoc Committee on Fictitious Payments and the testimony of Honorable Albert Kipkoech confirmed as much. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the County Assembly of Kericho has tabled before the Senate evidence of local supplies orders that were generated on 20th of February, printed on the 25th of February, 2025, and signed on the 21st of February 2025. It was demonstrated that the LSOs were prepared way after the payments had been made, and you were shown that the interim payment certificate indicated a sum of Kenya shillings 2,699,100, yet the payment vouchers indicated that the full sum of Kenya shillings 2,999,000 was paid. Mr. Speaker, sir, no evidence to the contrary has been led by the governor. Evidence has been led, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, of an event at Chelimo, at a place called Chelimo, which though initially scheduled to be a 5-day event, ended up being a 1-day event. Yet requisitions were made for the 5 days. The County Assembly has demonstrated that contrary to the items listed in the payment voucher, no tea, no snacks, no buffet lunch, or soft drinks were served as alleged in the payment vouchers that were presented. Similarly, there was no public address system with a backup generator or tents that was supplied during the event. Evidence was led of a local supply order in favor of Denby Holdings Limited, which reveals that it was issued on the 20th of February 2025, more than 2 months after the actual event, and more than 3 months after the requisition. That evidence, Mr. Speaker, sir, has not been controverted, and the payments are confirmed by the extracts from the IFMIS, which the County Assembly has supplied to this Honorable House in its bundle of documents. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the County Assembly has led evidence of a company called Mengro Products Limited that was paid a retention sum of Kenya shillings 395,028 shillings and 63 cents for a project called Whispers Nyakinywa Road in Kidawa Ward. It has been demonstrated that the road was done in 2018-2019 financial year, and as per the documentation provided by the County Assembly, the Inspection and Acceptance Committee was appointed in September 2024, more than 4 years later. Significantly, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the Assembly has produced a staff redeployment memo confirming that the person named as the Secretary to the Inspection and Acceptance Committee 1, Lillian Chelagat, was at the time of the report dated 9 September 2024, not working in the said department, and only moved to the department on 10th of January 2025, way after the alleged inspection had been signed by her. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the County Assembly has led evidence of double payments of retention fees for the same contract. Each of the reports of the Inspection and Acceptance Committee have the same months of September 2024, and each of those reports have the same observations relating to the status of the project. That is, and I quote, bush clearing, grading and graveling activities were done to the required specifications, and workmanship was substantially satisfactory. End of quote. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, this observation has been made in several reports, notwithstanding the nature of the project and the defect liability period. And the Assembly has demonstrated that payments for these projects were made on the basis of falsified documents. It has been demonstrated, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, that some of the goods and services and works were procured without following proper procurement processes. There were no tender opening committees, as required by the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act at Section 78, as read together with the regulations on public procurement and asset disposal. Similarly, the Assembly has led evidence that there were no professional opinions done to the accounting officers as required by Section 84 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, evidence has been led to the effect that in the financial year 2024-2025, the Department of Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative Management budgeted a sum of Kenya shillings 14,980,640 for the purchase of soya, beans, sunflower seed cake, and cotton seed cake to support cooperative societies within the county of Kericho. Anomalies in the procurement process have been demonstrated, and the ad hoc committee on fictitious payments noted that at the time the payments were made, no supplies had been done to the various cooperatives, despite full payments having been made to the suppliers. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, funds allocated for critical services, including healthcare, strategic intervention programs, and infrastructure have been siphoned for personal enrichment and clandestine interest within the county government of Kericho. You have been treated to attempts to deflate the issues on misappropriation of funds, and you have been told that the mover of the motion is hell-bent on getting the governor out of office by whatever means. You have also been told, all in an attempt to deflect from the main issues, that the impeachment proceedings are motivated by other interests. Far from it, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators. It is not about who the governor perceives to be his competitor. It is about accountability, and it is about protecting the resources of the people of Kericho County. The County Assembly led evidence to demonstrate that the period between the year 2023 and the year 2025, the governor presided over unfair, skewed, and nepotic distribution of projects under a program called the Floca Funds. The funds have been utilized in an imprudent manner and misappropriated. It has been demonstrated by the County Assembly that the governor's home ward, namely Chemosot ward, got projects worth 21,701,590, while many other wards, not only in other sub-counties, but even within Bureti sub-county, which have not received a single project under the fund. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the affidavit and the evidence of Mr. Honorable Vincent Korir contained in Volume 3 of the County Assembly's bundle of documents at pages 109 to 113, and the video marked as KCAV5 confirms as much. In other instances, the position taken by the governor in his response contradicts the position that has been taken by his county executive committee members, and one instance stands out. There is a project that has been flagged called Soliat Tree Nursery Establishment Project, in which the Committee on Fictitious Payments noted that the water pumps, the pipes, and the fittings had not been delivered or installed in the project, while the governor maintained that the project had been done as per the bill of quantities contained in Volume 2, page 133 of his bundle of documents. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, at volume 4A, pages 377 of the County Assembly's bundle of documents, you will note that the scope of work included installation of water pumps, fitting of pipes, and yet that was not done. It is the County Assembly's case that this points to a governor who is either out of touch or complicit in the misappropriation of funds. And Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, what more could constitute bad behavior? Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, on the 3rd of September 2024, the governor engaged in acts of misconduct, gross misconduct, and grossly violated the provisions of Articles 10, 73, 75, 174, and 185 of the Constitution, and abused his office by writing to the Speaker of the County Assembly, purporting to direct the Speaker on inter alia the timelines within which the Speaker should give the chief officers who are summoned by the Assembly for questioning in exercise of the County Assembly's mandate. The County Assembly, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, has tabled evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the acts of subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the overall oversight role of the County Assembly. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, in response to all these grave allegations that have been leveled against the governor of Kericho on misappropriation of funds, he has elected to hinge his defense on technicalities and mere denials. The documentary evidence presented, the audit reports, and the testimonies presented by the witnesses who testified before this Honorable House paint a totally different picture. They paint a consistent picture of systemic misappropriation of funds. The gravity and volume of irregularities cannot be explained away by mere administrative lapses. And Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, the people of Kericho have entrusted you to be vigilant stewards of their resources, and they are looking up to you tonight. None of the witnesses the governor lined up to testify on his behalf testified on the substantive charges that this House is investigating. And we invite you to draw an adverse inference on that account, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators. Misappropriation of public funds is not just an economic wrong, it is a moral affront, and it inflicts lasting humiliation on the people who are forced to endure the consequences, some of which are dilapidated roads, hospitals, and other attendant failures in governance. It breeds a culture of impunity, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, where those in high office believe that they can act with wanton abandon and shielded by political connections or procedural technicalities. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, we beseech you not to allow impunity to take root in the county government of Kericho. We urge you to let the vote today be a testament to the enduring values of our Constitution: accountability, transparency, and justice. Justice for the people of Kericho, justice for the residents who have had to endure the consequences of the misappropriated funds, and particularly justice for those who bestowed their trust on the governor and in the hope that he would deliver on the promises that he made. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, I respectfully urge you on behalf of the County Assembly of Kericho to find that the charges against the governor have been substantiated. I thank you and will yield the floor to my senior, Mr. Ongoya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and thank you, distinguished senators. For the record, my name is Ongoya, representing the County Assembly of Kericho. I wish to begin by making an overall observation that after all the charges that were leveled and all the evidence particularized of impropriety against the governor chose not to take the witness stand and answer to any of those charges. The question is this: when a charge is leveled and the evidence, the quantity and weight of which has been played before you by way of witness testimonies, documentary evidence, and video evidence, and the person called to account refuses to take the opportunity given to him to account, what inference will you draw from that? When you begin deliberating, I invite you to consider that aspect of this case. Having said that, there are certain matters